Can I put you on? Hey, Bree's here. Oh, that would be funny. What's going on, everybody? In this video, we are going to be discussing social media pages in relation to Google search, why you need social media pages, the importance, what they do to your website in the Google search engine, and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to be having an extended question and answer time. So if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and skip forward maybe to about 4 minutes-ish ahead, because I'm going to go ahead and wait for a few people to get in, and I'm going to make sure everything's working properly. So if you're watching on the replay, skip forward just a few minutes. What's up, everybody? People are already coming in. Robert's Auto Detailing, Premier Detailing, Prestige Mobile Auto Detailing, Corey, East Coast Auto Details. What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm just a couple minutes late. I had Brianna come over and knock on my door, and I didn't know who it was. Okay. So if you're joining in, then say where you are joining in from, as always, please. And I'm just going to give like just a couple minutes just to let everybody, like a minute and a half maybe, to let everybody pour in. But once again, if you're just joining in, tell me where you're joining in from on the live chat. Alrighty. From Boston, Massachusetts, East Coast Auto Details, Joseph from Pennsylvania, Javera from Atwater, California, Premier Auto Detailing, San Jose, California, Coventry, Connecticut, Oakland, MD. Is MD Maryland? Is MD Maryland? MD is Maryland. I should know that. Oh, gosh. Ty the Detailer, what am I missing? And all I see is a still shot. Oh, it'll get better. Indiana, Boston, Massachusetts, El Paso, Texas. Ricky from El Paso. I actually went to El Paso, Texas. When did we go to El Paso, Texas? Last summer. We went last summer.
2 summers ago.
We went 2 summers ago on a tour. We got to preach the gospel. It was awesome. Are you leaving?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Callis Auto Detailing, Bakersfield, California, Mississippi Coast, Las Vegas, Nevada, Clinton, South Carolina. La 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 la. All right, Wilmington, North Carolina, South Carolina. Awesome, guys. S2F Detailing from Kenosha, Wisconsin. I love your videos, dude. Well, Veloman Turbo, I love you. Ronald Betters, Ron from Baltimore, Maryland. Let's see. Muhammad says, please pray for my exams. I'll do that. Okay, guys. Anyways, Ricky, I hope to come back to El Paso, Texas soon. Go Dodgers. I love your videos, Brian says. James Tagliapietra says, hey, Luke from Wisconsin. Asbestos welder. Augusta, Georgia. Awesome, guys. All right, so let's see here. Southwest Detailing, thank you for helping me start my business. Just started this weekend. Wow. Congrats. That's amazing. All right, guys. So if you see me look to my left and talk to someone, it's because Brianna is here for just a second, because she is a nurse and she works night shift. So she is about to go in for her night shift. I think she's leaving right now. But anyways, guys.
Bye.
Bye. And make sure you close the door so that the heat doesn't get out. Thank you so much. The heat is broken at my house, so I have to use a space heater in my room. So if the door is open, the heat gets out. All right, guys. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So in this video, we're talking about Google search and how to use social media pages in order to optimize your website's search results in Google. Now, in this video, just before we get started, I want to make sure everybody understands the nature of what we're going to be talking about. And this is not a video for It's not a how-to. So we're not going to be looking at how to, step-by-step, create social media pages. That is going to be for a later live stream, okay? Possibly the next live stream. What I'm going to be discussing today in probably a little bit shorter, it's probably going to be a little bit shorter live stream, but once again, the whole idea of this playlist that I'm creating with Google, SEO, website building, social media pages, the whole idea is to, in chronological order, teach you guys kind of what I did and how I got my website ranked on the first page of Google, how I use social media, my website, Google, all that stuff to get business. And so I'm taking it in chronological order, so I'm not going to skip ahead of anything. So the reason this is not a how-to is because before we get into how-to, as in the steps to building social media pages in order to optimize your website in Google, you have to understand why you need social media pages, and you have to understand the nature of the beast in that realm. And so if you don't understand what we're about to talk about in this video, then you're not going to do well when you actually do go to create the social media pages. So you have to understand what we're talking about in this video in order to actually take the next step. So this is a very vital video. So anyways, guys, and just by the way, give me 2 seconds. Bam! We are, of course, going to be giving away a super clean t-shirt in this video. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, bam. See, when I'm looking in the camera, it's like switched because it's like a selfie thing. Anyways, so we will be doing a super clean t-shirt giveaway in this video as well for whoever answers whatever question I ask correctly. All right, guys. So, the J Vera, yes, I do have a double XL. All right. East Coast Auto Details, been waiting for my t-shirt, LOL. Send me a Facebook message. By the way, guys, if you're watching this and you have already won a t-shirt and you have not received it, then just shoot me a Facebook message and let me know, okay? And I'll be sure to send that out, okay? Because a lot of times I send out I'll do it to where I send out 5 to 10 at a time. And so sometimes one person slips through. So just make sure you let me know on Facebook, no problem. All right, guys, let's get into this. So, thus far in the series, we have, email would be fine. Email me at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. All right, guys, so thus far we have talked about how to build a website on Squarespace. We've talked about Squarespace's editing software. We've talked about Google business accounts and the reason why when you're trying to get your website, James, email me at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. All right, guys. Frank says, let's get straight into it. Yes, let's get straight into it. So we've talked about Google business accounts, why you need them, why they're essential for ranking on Google. And now we're going to take it a step further, guys. So here we go. We left off with talking about Google business accounts. Some people asked the question, so Luke, where do I go from here? And so here's where you go from here. At this point, we are assuming that you have a website, it is ready to be live, and Elvis, what's up? And you have created your Google business account. So we're assuming that you have taken those 3 steps. Assuming that you've taken those 3 steps, here's what you need to understand. In order to rank a website on Google, no matter what kind of website it is, the website has to carry a certain level of authority in the Google search engine. So what does that mean? That means that if you just create a website and then it's for your business, say your auto detailing business, and you create a Google business account which is connected to that website, because remember when we were creating our Google business account, we talked about how you have to connect your website to your Google business account in order for those things to be related to each other. Your website will still not be ranking because your website has no authority. So what is authority? What's an example of an authoritative website? An example of an authoritative website is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a very authoritative website, and that is why whenever you Google something in the Google search engine, more often than not, on the first page, there will be some sort of Wikipedia result. If it's like a how-to question or like a fact-based question, like when was Abraham Lincoln born, then it is going to be, there's going to be some sort of Wikipedia result because Wikipedia has so much authority that it ranks very highly. Elvis, my name on Facebook is Wilson Auto Detailing. So you want your website to carry authority. And it's actually the same thing with any search engine. So what you need to understand is that Google is a search engine, and just so you guys know, YouTube is also a search engine, okay? So if you type into YouTube, car wax versus car sealant, my video, more likely than not, my video will actually rank #1 for that specific subject because that is my most popular video that I have on YouTube. And because that video has collected over the past few months so many views, so many likes, and so many comments, YouTube looks at that video as authoritative because so many people are watching it. So, views, likes, and comments give it a lot of authority. In the same way, on Google, views, comments, likes, all those sort of things, that gives your social media page authority, right? And so, let's talk about how we want to break this down first. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with the example of a Facebook page so that we can get the context and this ball rolling. So, the reason you want social media pages like a Facebook page connected to your website, and when I say connected to your website, what I mean is when you create your Facebook business page. So, for example, my Facebook business page is Wilson Auto Detailing, okay? My website, wilsonautodetailing.com, is embedded into my Facebook business page. In other words, just to make this a little bit more simple, when you're creating your Facebook business page, there is a space, just like there was with the Google business account, to put in your website. Because Facebook understands that anyone who's creating a business page, a Facebook business page, probably has a website for their business. So you put in your website in that slot where Facebook business pages offer you to do that, okay? And what that does in the internet world is it connects your website to something. So, Sean, what's up? So it connects your website to something. So instead of just having a random Lone Ranger website, now all of a sudden your website has is chained to something else in the internet world. But it's not just it's not just linked to anything. In this scenario, when we're talking about Facebook business pages, your website is now linked to Facebook.com. And the beauty of that is that Facebook is a website that has already gained a ton of authority, okay? So because Facebook is already considered an authoritative website, because it has something like 1.5 billion active users, okay? That's going to make it authoritative. And because your website is now connected with an authority website, your website has what's called a backlink, okay? So if you're confused, just hold on and stay with me, okay? So Facebook is considered at that point a backlink. So the question becomes, Luke, what is a backlink? A backlink is anything, for this scenario, we'll say any website that your website is connected to or has some sort of presence on, okay? That's a backlink. So for example, YouTube is connected to my website, okay? So I have embedded my website onto YouTube, on my YouTube account. I have embedded my website, wilsonautodetailing.com, on my Facebook page. I've also embedded wilsonautodetailing.com on my Instagram page, So Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube have all become backlinks for me, okay? And the reason why you want to gain backlinks is because it tells Google that your website is worth showing people, okay? And it actually makes a lot of sense if you break it down to a little bit simpler level. And Victor Garcia, what's up? So if you break it down to a more kind of molecular level or more cellular level, and kind of simplify it a little bit, it makes a lot of sense. Would you rather buy a car from a dealership like Toyota that has been around for a long time and has a lot of customers that are very satisfied with their product? Or would you rather buy a car from some manufacturer that you've never heard of that's really, really new and that you can't really ask a lot of people what they think about it? Well, you'd probably go with Toyota because it's established. It's an established company. You can ask other people about it. You can go to Toyota's website and see what they're all about. There's so much authority surrounding their company. It's the same thing that becomes of your website when you gain a lot of backlinks. It tells Google that your website is authoritative because your website is connected with all of these other websites. So you're no longer just a lone website ranger. It's like a web. You have Facebook connection, you have Instagram connection, you have YouTube connection, you have this blog connection, you have this connection. And so now YouTube sees how connected your website, Google sees how connected your website is, and it begins to say, well, since this website is so connected. And once again, guys, some of you who are watching this, maybe you're like SEO experts and maybe you're dissecting some of the things I'm saying and you're like, that's not really right. But I'm oversimplifying this thing. So if you're an SEO expert or you're a Google expert or a computer programmer, yes, I'm oversimplifying things, but I'm getting the general point across, but I'm simplifying it for a reason. So just don't dissect too much of this and analyze it, because it's not completely sound to a programmer, but it is very sound to an auto detailer. So just understand that. So anyways, guys, it tells Google that your website has some sort of authority. Now, here's a couple rules of thumb. Number one, the more backlinks that your website has, the more authority your website has. However, there is such thing as a weak backlink and a strong backlink. Facebook is considered a very strong backlink because the website, facebook.com, has so much authority. An example, Pato, hola, ¿cómo estás? What was I saying? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I read the comments, I get a little mixed up in my head. Okay, so anyways, Facebook is considered a very authoritative backlink. Something that might not be considered a very authoritative backlink is something like maybe a blog that somebody started about auto detailing. So some guy out there on the internet starts a blog about auto detailing, and it has, it has some followers, the blog has like 100 followers or 100 subscribers, whatever. And then you get that person, that blogger, to actually put your website on his page, or you get to comment on his page, and that comment leaves a trace to your website. That is a backlink as well, but it's not considered as powerful of a backlink as something like Facebook, Instagram. And so that's the reason why this live stream in particular is titled Social Media Pages in relation to Google search. Because if you start researching this on your own, if you start researching backlinks and SEO, you will find that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of different ways to get backlinks. But I believe, for us in our business, the auto detailing business, the most powerful and easiest way to get backlinks is through social media. Because number one, anybody can start their own social media page. And number two, you're getting backlinks that are very, very, very powerful because these websites, these social media websites, carry so much authority on their own already. And so, in my opinion, I personally do not waste my time with like blogs and things like that trying to connect my website there because I already have such a presence on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are my three main things that alone has boosted my website to the first page of Google. Those backlinks alone. And that's only three. But those are three backlinks on some of the most powerful platforms there are. And if you really want to get detailed, it's not just three backlinks. Technically, anywhere on Facebook that your website kind of pops up, like if you comment somewhere and your website's on a certain picture or whatever, that's considered another backlink. But basically, I focus on three platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, to get all my backlinks. And from those three platforms, I've been able to rank my website on the first page of Google. I've been able to rank a lot of different things actually on YouTube, which is kind of a different story. But however, you're welcome to do other things, but once again, for the sake of this, we're talking about social media pages. So, the reason I'm explaining this in such detail, Raven Wolf says, my most viewed YouTuber, you're the best man. Can't emphasize that enough. Keep up the good work. Raven Wolf, thank you so much. I love that encouragement. You are the bomb. So, the reason we're talking about this and I'm dissecting it in such detail is because a lot of people, like, we have this phrase, like, work harder, right? Work harder, work harder. And at the end of my episode, or at the end of my videos, I always say, keep working hard. And I say that because it is important to work hard, right? But I would say, like, pretty much my whole life, I was told, like, work hard, work hard, work hard. And it made me think that, like, working hard would make you successful. And in a sense, that's true, but in another sense, it's not true at all because you can work hard, but working hard at the wrong thing doesn't make you successful. And so we got to work hard, but we got to work smart. And so what I would consider the most beautiful combination in what we're talking about right now of working hard and working smart is growing your social media pages. Now, let me be clear. When I say social media pages, and I'm talking about you guys, I'm not talking about YouTube because I do not suggest everybody get on YouTube. I put a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of hours into YouTube before I ever got started. And I do not suggest everybody get started on YouTube. I don't think it's for everybody. I think that some people will not do very well with it because the nature of what it is. I'm talking about things like Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, email lists, any other social media platform you can think of. And guys, I see a lot of you writing questions in the live chat. If you can hold your questions just for a few more minutes, I'm going to do an extended question and answer time where I will answer all of your questions in vivid detail. So anyways, guys, I'm talking about things like Instagram, Facebook, all those social media pages. Let me go into a little bit more detail because, once again, this live stream is very important for you to move forward. It's very important for you to understand the information in this live stream before you move forward with this. As you begin creating and starting and growing your social media pages, once again, let's focus on Instagram and Facebook. You want, once again, to connect your website to those pages because the whole point of this is ranking your website on Google. That's the whole end goal, to rank your website on Google. So make sure that you don't skip that step as you're creating the page. Put your website in there when it asks for your website. Connect it. Now, it's not enough to just create a social media business page. So a lot of people are like, start a page. But so many people start social media pages like Facebook business pages, and then that's it. So it's not enough to just start it because, once again, it's just like if you just start a website. You can launch a website, but it doesn't mean anything because the website doesn't have any authority. And in the same way, a Facebook page that somebody just creates and then leaves alone doesn't have any authority. So just like Google ranks websites off of authority, Facebook will more or less rank or display your business page based on authority and based somewhat on something called relevance, but that's not what I'm talking about. So you want to create your Facebook business page, but after you've done that, you want to grow your Facebook business page, because the more you grow your Facebook business page, the more you grow the authority of your Facebook page, and then the more you grow the authority of your website, which is connected to your Facebook business page. If your website is connected to your authoritative Facebook business page, then your website will then begin to gain more authority. So all of this stuff can seem a little bit confusing, and so you might need to watch this live stream a few times to really break it down. But in essence, it's actually very, very simple. It's not confusing at all. Like, the stuff I'm saying is a little confusing because it's very like wordy, but it is not confusing whatsoever. It's very, very, it actually makes a lot of sense. And so the same thing goes with Instagram. When you create an Instagram business page, which Instagram does not necessarily have separate pages for business. They just have regular pages, and you just create it for business, which is what I did. But my Instagram page is growing. I have, my Instagram is actually very, very small compared relative to most people. My Instagram probably has about 1,050 followers or something like that. It's very small, but it's growing. But once again, because my Instagram is actually linked to my YouTube, the more authority my Instagram gains, the more followers, the more authority my YouTube channel gains, and it will begin to rank higher in things like Google search. So, the main two things we just kind of talked about in a long-winded sort of way was, number one, in order to rank your website in the Google search engine, your website has to have backlinks, okay? And then, in order for your website to rank in the Google search engine, those backlinks need to carry some sort of authority. And that's the reason why I am such a huge proponent of social media pages, because they carry a lot of authority, and it's fairly easy relative to other platforms and other types of backlinks. It's fairly easy to grow those backlinks authority in order to benefit your website. And so real fast, I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to give away a super clean t-shirt. We're going to give away a super clean t-shirt, okay? So, first person to answer this question correctly in the live stream, in the live chat, will win this super clean t-shirt. Please, somebody give me an answer. The best answer that I see first will win. What is a backlink? What is a backlink? Go. It always takes like 20 seconds and then they start pouring in. What is a backlink? If you're watching on the replay, you can skip forward probably about 60 seconds. Okay. Frank says it's a link to your website. Prestige Mobile Auto Detailing, it's a way to give your website authority. Yes, both those things are faux show true. For sure, for sure. Frank, a link to your website. That's good. That's good. Both those answers are good. TNT Mobile Detailing, something Google gets your info from. Kind of, sort of, yes, in a sense. All right, I'm going to let one more person answer. And then, if their answer just stuns me, we'll give it to them. But if not, we'll just shoot it to Frank. Boom. Okay, Frank, it's you. A link to your website. That's the best, most concise answer of what a backlink is. Southwest Detailing says, It's important. Chase Miser, links connected to your webpage to give some authority. James, connection from another source to your website. Yes, both those answers are great. But Frank, you answered first. You answered in the most concise way that actually is very concise, but still makes a lot of sense and still true. So Frank McFarland, what I would like you to do is email me at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com, and email me your shirt size, the address you want it sent to, and it'll be in the mail this week. All right, guys, along with people who have won the past 2 live streams, I'm going to ship out all of them this week, so fear not. Okay, guys, so here we go. I'm just going to do a quick little summary and a little extra, and then we're going to go ahead and do some question and answer, because once again, I told you guys this would be a little bit shorter live stream. So here we go. Next thing I want to talk about is, actually, I'll just summarize real fast. Once again, you want your website to be connected to social media pages, because those social media pages to which your website is connected to will give your website authority. And you want those social media pages to be constantly growing, because Google likes change. That's a good way to say that. Google likes change. And so Shell says, is that a Patagonia fleece? And yes, it is a Patagonia fleece. Bam. And it's super warm. So Google likes change. So if you have social media pages that say, like the Facebook and Instagram page, they both have 1,000 followers each, and for the next 5 years they stay exactly that size, that doesn't help your page, your website very much, because though that is a good number of followers, it shows Google that the social media page is not very active and is therefore probably not very relevant to people. And so it therefore does not grant it very much authority. Now, the last little tidbit I just want to add in, and we're going to discuss this in greater detail the next live stream, because we're going to go into detail about specific Facebook pages, specific Instagram pages, specific things you can do with your website, like keywords to optimize it, all that sort of thing. But Google does like change, and so it is important to constantly be updating your website, because your website, if you create a website and you never change anything on it for a year, it's not that Google deducts anything from you, but if you have a website that is constantly being changed and updated and there's new things being added all the time, Google boosts it just that much more, because Google likes relevancy. And so Google wants to push things that are constantly being updated, because they want to be giving people the best information out there. And so things that are constantly updated to the Google robot says, well, it's probably the most new information is probably the most relevant information. So I think a good thing to add to your website, which I still have not done, but I need to, is a photo gallery, because where you can post pictures of different jobs that you're doing, because that is a very easy thing to add and add on to and create things about. And that's just one easy way to have something to constantly be adding and changing about your website, and that will help you in Google. All right, guys, so we just discussed backlinks, what they are, what kind of backlinks you want, and why social media pages are so important in relation to your Google search engine results. Now, once again, I'm going to go into detail on later live streams about exactly step by step, but the reason I needed to shoot this live stream and explain all this stuff is because if I didn't explain this, we couldn't move forward, because this is a really important stepping stone in order to go to greater things. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and be taking questions. So right now, if you have questions, please write them in. I will do my best to answer every single one. Okay, I'm not promising anything, but I'm doing an extended Q&A on purpose right now so that I can attempt to answer every single question. So please go ahead and write in your question if you have them. And while I'm waiting on you guys to write in questions, I always mention this in all my live streams, but I just want to say, if you guys like the Wilson Auto Detailing community and you appreciate what I'm doing here, giving out this information, taking time to do this for free, and you want to pay it forward, then the way you can do that is that if you do any Amazon shopping, Amazon.com shopping whatsoever, doesn't matter what you buy, you can use the Amazon links below my YouTube videos in the description box below the videos. And every one of those Amazon links will take you to a specific product. It'll take you to whatever product I'm talking about in the video. And if you buy that product, it does give me a commission. But you don't have to buy that specific product. You can actually buy anything on Amazon. You can go through my link, click off of the specific product it brings you to, just stay on Amazon through my link, and you can buy anything, a couch, a TV, silverware, whatever. Any shopping you do, go through my links, and it does give me a small commission for that, and it is very, very small. But once again, if you want to pay it forward, that doesn't change anything for you. It doesn't change the price, doesn't change anything. Literally nothing changes for you, so it can only help, not hurt. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out my links. Just go through them. It's very easy. All right, guys, question and answer. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are on this live stream or you're watching on the replay and you're not following me on Instagram and you're not following me on Facebook, then what are you doing? Go to facebook.com/Wilson Auto Detailing, like my page and follow it. Go to Instagram.com. At Instagram, I'm at wilson.auto.detailing. Go follow me on Instagram. Okay, Sean Springall says, how do you go about building a website? Where should I start? Also, how do you link your website to Amazon? How do you link your website to Amazon so you can earn extra cash? You don't have to answer now. Maybe you could, yeah, okay. Sean, so I'll break this down real fast. How do you go about building a website? Sean, go to the first and second live streams in this playlist. There's a playlist on the YouTube channel. It's called, I think I titled it Google, SEO, website building, all that. Go to that playlist, watch the two first videos, the two first live streams. I go step by step exactly how to do a website. And then you ask, how do you link your website to Amazon so you can earn extra cash? That is a whole nother can of worms. It's called affiliate marketing. It's called Amazon affiliate marketing, and it is a whole nother can of worms that I can't answer right now because it's not really for everybody. If you don't have a following somewhere, then affiliate marketing doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though you can do it without that, but it would require you to create a whole new website, a whole new, like, put products on your website. Like, it's a whole thing. Sean, if you want me to talk to you more about that, email me at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. Joseph Connolly, oh man, let me just give a quick shout out. And I'm not sure that I'm pronouncing this correctly. Veloman Turbo, or Veloman Turbo said, great info, made my business better and brought in more business. Love your work. And Veloman just super chatted me, which basically means sent me $5 cash. So let me just say, thank you for being involved in the Wilson Auto Detailing community. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that this information is helping grow your business, helping bring you in more business, helping bring more money to your pocket, and helping you improve. Thank you so much, man. And Bellaman, if I have not sent you a super clean t-shirt, please email me at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. Give me your size and your address, and I'll send you a super clean t-shirt, man. Much love, my brother. Okay, Joseph says, have you ever done an ad buy in local magazine, Valpak, Groupon, or do you reply mostly on word of mouth and people who find you on the interweb? Joseph, I do all my stuff basically word of mouth and internet. I've never bought an ad in a magazine, though I don't think it's a bad idea. Execute Tourneys says, what do you think of the Freight Tool DA Polisher? I think Harbor Freight tools are good. A lot of people would call that a very, very beginner's polisher, and they might call a Harbor Freight a waste of money because it doesn't really do much, or you might as well just do it by hand. I don't think that's true at all. I think the Harbor Freight DA Polisher is a really good tool. I'm more of a fan of the Griot's Garage 6-inch DA. I just think it's better. I've used both, and I think the Griot's is better. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it's a good tool. I think it's worth the money. Pato1988 says, I'm learning English and car detailing with you, man. Thanks. You are welcome. Shell L, I've been detailing my own and my family's cars for about 20 years and would like a couple customers per month. Any suggestions on how to filter and only take the gravy jobs without insulting anyone? That's an awesome question. And what I tell people, Shell, what I literally say to people over the phone before I start talking to them is I say, Wilson Auto Detailing, this is Luke, and they say, la la la, we start talking like small talk for a second, then I say, yeah, man, well, for most people, I tell them that if they're price shopping, then I'm definitely not your guy, but if you're value shopping, then I'm definitely your guy, and so that kind of weeds people out in the first second of the conversation because they know, oh, I'm price shopping, so he's not my guy. Like, I want a detail for $50, so I'm not your guy. And I like to talk price very soon in the conversation because that is a way that weeds people out. But you should understand that if you want to weed people out, you have to have prices that weed people out. So if you're charging $100 a detail, that's not going to weed anybody out. If you're charging $200 a detail, now you're going to weed some people out. If you're charging $300, you're definitely weeding people out and you're only going to get the gravy. So look at your prices and figure out how to communicate that in a respectful way with people very soon in the conversation, I think is a good idea. James says, what's your email again? Yes, wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. Southwest Detailing, should you get a business license when you're just starting out? I can't legally tell you to do that or not do that, but off the record, my first instinct is to say, no, you don't really need a business license when you're first starting out because, number one, you're not going to make enough money to make a dent in anything, and number two, well, that pretty much is it. There's no point in getting a business license until you're making a certain amount of money a year, which in a lot of cases is like $10,000. I don't know if that's where you live. It's going to vary based on where you live, but you just have to, figure that information out on your own depending on where you live. Southwest Detailing says, also, have you ever used your detailing skills to try to flip cars? No, I do not flip cars. I do not flip houses. I am not a fan of either of those businesses. I don't think that the flipping business is a very profitable business because, number one, you have to put in so much capital up front. So I like businesses that require low startup capital and don't take 5 years to actually see a profitable return on my original investment. So I'm talking more business things now, but I like businesses with low startup costs and quicker, profitable returns than something like flipping houses and things. You have to put so much money up front, so much money. If you flip a car, you have to buy the car. Let's say you spend $5,000 on the car, or let's say you spend let's lower it, $2,000 on the car, and then you spend, $10,000 fixing it up, and then you sell it for what? $15,000? It's like you spent all that time, all that money, all that energy for $5,000. That's just not it's not my style. Art Rueda says, I do basic washes, but have more and more customers asking for waxing and polishing. Best way to get started into that practice-wise. Yes, Art Rueda. Please go to my YouTube channel and watch every single video that I have on polishing. Watch every single video that I have on the Griot's Garage 6-inch dual action random orbital polisher. And please go buy the Griot's Garage 6-inch DA polisher. I think it is the best polisher to get started on. It's amazing. Go get it. It rocks. Okay, that is the best idea to get started in the polishing world. Joseph Connolly, on your website, you don't have maintenance detailing highlighted that I saw, but most of your videos are shot at maintenance customers' houses. What percentage? I have a maintenance thing on my website you can look at. I've got information on what a maintenance is, how much it costs, like all that stuff. You might have just been missing it, but most of my customers are maintenance detailers, and I will probably come out with a series of videos on maintenance clients because, in my opinion, the most powerful way to make your business as profitable as possible is to have as many maintenance clients as you can. But at least 50% of my clients are maintenance clients. Execute Tourneys says, I'm thinking of buying the Harbor Freight DA polisher. Will it get the job done? Will it get rid of the swirl marks? Also, what's the best product to get rid of the swirl marks? My car has a lot. Execute Tourneys. The issue with your question is that I can't answer what percentage of the swirl marks it's going to remove because every situation is so different. So here's what I can help you out maybe. The Harbor Freight is very much like the Griot's Garage DA in a lot of ways. There are some ways where it's different. But I would say that both of those polishers, more than anything, mimic somebody's hand. So they mimic a person doing it by hand. And so they're both extremely safe. You're not going to burn any edges. And they will get rid of swirl marks to a degree. But once again, it depends on how bad the swirl marks are, what kind of pad you're using, what kind of polish you're using, what color the paint is, all that sort of stuff. So I would encourage you to buy it and just go ahead and do it, because regardless if it removes all the swirl marks, it will dramatically improve your car paint. It will improve it a lot. Shell L. Shell, let me shout you out, because Shell L just super chatted me, which again means sent me $5 in cash. Well, not cash. It's probably like PayPal. But thank you so much, Shell L. I so appreciate it. Shell says, awesome suggestions. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Shell, thank you so much for that super chat, for supporting the Wilson Auto Detailing community. It means so much to me. I wish I could express how grateful I am through a screen better, but I am so grateful. Thank you so much. It really is encouraging when people do things like that, because you put so much time into YouTube, so much time into putting out this content, and I think it tells me that it's helping people, it's working, and so I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Southwest Detailing says, thank you for answering my question. I'm only 16 and made $200 this weekend. You saved me from being a fast food slave. Yes! Yes! Okay. Southwest Detailing said that the Wilson Auto Detailing channel saved him from being a fast food slave. Come on, Southwest Detailing. He made 16 years old, 16, made $200 this weekend. And he probably didn't even work all day either days. He only worked part of the day. He made $200. You wouldn't even made close to that. You would have made half that, if not less than half that, at a fast food place. Come on, baby. Entrepreneurship is the way to go this day and age. I love it. Joseph says, I've used the line about value versus price shopping and talking with potential customers lately. It is pure genius because it cuts through all the fluff. Amen, brother. Execute Turney says, thanks for the tips, but what's the best product in your opinion for removing swirl marks? Normally, the first two polishes that I tell beginners to reach for and to buy is called Meguiar's 105 and Meguiar's 205. Again, that's M105 and M205. M105 is a heavy cutting polish. M205 is more of a finishing, high gloss polish. They yield great results no matter what color the paint is, and they're just great products for anybody who is starting out. It'll really help you get your feet on the ground as far as how to use polishes, how they work, all that sort of stuff. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, but don't sign off yet. Once again, guys, if you appreciate what I'm doing here on the Wilson Auto Detailing community, if I'm answering your questions, if I'm helping to improve your business, if you're making more money because of this channel, let me know. Send me an email, and don't just email me about questions. Email me about successes. Like if these tips are helping you make more money, tell me that in my emails. Tell me in the comments how you're making more money, how you're getting more clients. Tell me how you're improving. And then, guys, once again, if you want to help this channel stay alive and you just appreciate what we're doing here, please use my Amazon links in the description box beneath my YouTube videos if you do any Amazon shopping. Once again, those links will take you to a specific product. You don't have to buy that specific product. You can buy anything on Amazon. Just go to Amazon through my links, click off of that specific product, or just search whatever you're searching for after you get there through my links and purchase anything. And it gives me a small commission, and it's like 2-3%. So it's very small. Or I'm sorry, it's more than that. It's like 4 to 6%, but it's tiny, okay? Like it does nothing basically. But it does help supplement my income every month, and it kind of helps supplement the time I spend doing this instead of detailing. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of balances that out. So Joseph Connolly says, you are helping people like me to avoid costly mistakes. Many thanks. Absolutely, Joseph. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Joseph said that this channel is helping him avoid costly mistakes, and that's a huge thing, guys. There's so much money you can save by using this channel as a resource, because I've made the mistakes that you do not have to. And guys, once again, other than the Amazon, if you're not following me on Instagram, go to Instagram and follow me at wilson.auto.detailing. Go to facebook.com/wilsonautodetailing. Like my Facebook page. Follow me on Facebook. Once again, if you have already won a super clean t-shirt and it has not come to your house yet, please shoot me an email at wilsonautodetailing3@gmail.com. Let me know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the Wilson Auto Detailing community, consider subscribing, because I produce pretty much daily videos most of the time on products, tools, strategies, communication skills, business skills, and so much more, all in an effort to help improve y'all's detailing ability. And on this channel, I share the exact same strategies that took my auto detailing business into a full-time income with only part-time hours. So if you're interested in that, definitely consider subscribing. Like this video if you like it. If you're watching on the replay, comment below. Let me know what's going on in your detailing world. Let me give a shout out to Tyree Allen. He said, "Hey Wilson, what's your thoughts on incorporating small dent removal and wheel repair, as I've had a few clients ask for it?" Number one, I think wheel repair is a great idea, because if you can simplify your world and don't overthink it, because there are people who have businesses solely dedicated to wheel detailing. So most of the time people will call those guys. But if you can do wheel detailing in a simple way, where you can do some touch-up paint, you can do some sanding even a little bit, even some surface out, different like minor things on wheels, I think that's a great idea. Dent removal, once again, I would keep it simple and keep it minor, because once again, when you start making promises for like big things that most of the time body shops should be dealing with, you're going to get disappointed customers, you're going to get disappointing results, and you're going to get negative reviews, and those are three things you don't want. So I would say both those things are great to incorporate, as long as you can do it in a simplistic way. Keep it simple. And Tyree, if you can, go be mentored by a wheel or a rim detailer, and go to a body shop and just say, "Hey, can I take 2 hours every day this week and come in and see how you guys do dent removal?" Like, just get under somebody who does that and see how they do it. Okay? So anyways, guys, Tyree just super chatted me $5. I just want to say thank you so much, Tyree. I so appreciate that. It means so much. I hope it's communicated how grateful I am for that. It means so much. Please email me if you have any questions, Tyree. I would love to be there for you, help improve your business in any way I can. All right, guys. Everyone, keep working hard. Thank you so much. And once again, as always, from Luke here on the Wilson Auto Detailing community, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.